Hello world, Assalamu alaikum. This is Songlap News Now. Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus meets PM Norendra Modi at BIMSTEC. Chief Advisor inquires about Hasina's extradition calls for Teesta Water Sharing deal at meeting with Modi. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a bilateral meeting in Bangkok today. Photo Chief Advisor GOB Facebook. Bangkok, April 4, 2025. BSS Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus today inquired about the status of Bangladesh's request for the extradition of ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. During his meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi here, he called for discussions with India to renew the Ganges Water Treaty and to conclude the Teesta Water Sharing Agreement. The Bangladesh interim government's chief advisor made the call during a bilateral meeting with Narendra Modi on the sidelines of BIMSTEC summit in Bangkok. The leaders of these two major South Asian countries greeted each other with mutual respect and a shared openness for dialogue. Their 40-minute exchange was candid, productive, and constructive. Bangladesh deeply values its relationship with India, said Professor Yunus. The deep-rooted friendship between our two countries is founded on intertwined histories, geographical proximity, and cultural affinity. We remain thankful for the unwavering support of the government and people of India during our most challenging time in 1971. Although this was the first direct meeting between these two heads of government, Professor Yunus emphasized that the countries have remained engaged in numerous bilateral interactions over the past 8 months, addressing the challenges facing the relationship between the two countries. Professor Yunus said, Excellency, we seek to work together with you to set the relationship on the right track for the benefit of both our peoples. Professor Yunus, who assumed the chairmanship of BIMSTEC, sought the support of India for a free trade agreement FTA among the seven members of the group. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Professor Yunus on his assumption of the BIMSTEC chairmanship and he greeted him on the occasion of Eid ul-Fitr. The Indian Premier said New Delhi has always attached highest priority to its relationship with Dhaka. He said the history of the two neighbors is intricately linked and it goes back to the birth of Bangladesh. Prime Minister Modi recalled the global stature of Professor Yunus. He said India would always support a progressive, democratic, and inclusive Bangladesh. He said India does not support any particular party in Bangladesh. Our relationship is people to people. The Indian Prime Minister added. Professor Yunus inquired about the status of Bangladesh's request for the extradition of Sheikh Hasina, the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, which remains pending with the Indian government. He noted that the former Prime Minister had been making inflammatory remarks in various media outlets and attempting to destabilize the situation in Bangladesh, which seemed to be an abuse of the hospitality India has extended to her. She has consistently made false and inflammatory accusations against the interim government of Bangladesh, Professor Yunus said, "We request that the government of India take appropriate measures to restrain her from continuing to make such incendiary statements while she remains in your country." He added. Professor Yunus also referred Professor Yunus also referenced the UNOHCHR fact-finding report which confirmed serious human rights violations and abuses committed by security forces and armed Awami League activists between July 15 and August 5, 2024. He said the OHCHR report estimated about 1,400 protest-related deaths occurred, with approximately 13% of the victims being children. He stated the report also found reasonable grounds to believe that crimes against humanity such as murder, torture, and other inhuman acts were committed during the protests. The UN report notes that the Prime Minister herself had ordered security forces to kill protesters and specifically instructed them to arrest the ringleaders, kill them, and hide their bodies. The Indian Prime Minister blamed social media for the tensions around Sheikh Hasina's remarks. He said India's attachment is with a country, not with any individuals or political organizations. Professor Yunus also raised the issue of border killings and stressed that working together to reduce the number of fatalities would not only save many families great anguish but would also help to build trust and confidence and to strengthen the relationship between India and Bangladesh. I always felt the pain when these killings happened, the Bangladesh chief advisor said, urging India to find ways and means to prevent the incidents. Prime Minister Modi said Indian border troops opened fire only in self-defense and the fatalities occurred in Indian territories. The two leaders stressed the need to work together on this issue. Professor Yunus expressed optimism about Bangladesh's chairmanship of BIMSTEC. He said Bangladesh aims to increase the visibility of BIMSTEC and hopes that the organization will emerge as an effective and vibrant entity, capable of fulfilling the aspirations of the people in the region by giving them an efficient route for exporting and importing goods around the world. Responding to Prime Minister Modi's concern over the condition of minorities in Bangladesh, the chief advisor said the reports of attacks on the minorities were hugely inflated and the bulk of them are fake news. He asked the Indian leader to send reporters to Bangladesh to investigate the alleged attacks themselves. The chief advisor said he has instituted an effective system for monitoring every incident of religious and gender violence in the country, and his government was taking serious actions to stop any occurrence of such incidents. Both leaders concluded their fruitful and honest dialogue by wishing each other good health and personal well being and extended their best wishes for continued peace, progress and prosperity for the people of both countries. Bangladesh Foreign Advisor Muhammad Touhid Hossain, High Representative of Chief Advisor Dr. Khalilur Rahman, Indian Foreign Minister Subrahmanyam Jaishankar, and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval were among others present on the occasion. আই ভোট একটি স্পর্শেই একটি ভোট সমগ্র জাতির জন্য একটি চূড়ান্ত নির্বাচনী সমাধান। আই ভোটের নকশা ও প্রস্তুতকরণ দুটোই হয়েছে সর্বসাধারণ ভোটারদের জন্য যেন সবাই একটি স্পর্শী একটি ভোট দিতে পারেন। আই ভোট ইনস্ট্যান্ট রেজিস্ট্রেশন অফ ভোটার্স, instant creation of executive positions, instant nomination of candidates, instant vote event management, instant result of the vote event. This is my voice over this news text published in the Bangladesh Sangbad Songstha website on April 4, 2025. Thanks for watching. Comment, share and subscribe when you like. Thank you very much.